All right, this one is from the comments section with Brett Cooper by way of the Daily Wire. This one's titled, "This Decision Would Ruin Disney," and we're going to react to it. Sort of. We're not really going to react to it because we've already watched it.
Okay.
And so we kind of have an idea where it goes, but she touched on some good points that I just want to elaborate on. So I'm in control here. But just say pause back there.
Why would I say pause?
Because we're going to react to it.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to play the whole thing. We're going to go piece by piece.
Oh, okay.
Disney would be idiotic not to bring back Johnny Depp. Even if they truly believed that the Jack Sparrow storyline was complete, it was time for a spinoff, it would be a slam dunk.
Well, how about pause now?
You what?
How about pause now?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Because she starts off with Disney would be idiotic or moronic, whatever word she used, to not bring back Johnny Depp. Well, Johnny Depp himself said he wants nothing to do with Disney after they immediately dropped him the second Amber Heard made allegations against him. Before they went to trial, before anything else, Disney was worried about whatever, and they dropped him. And I mean, obviously, it hurt his feelings, as it should have, because guess who was found innocent?
Well, is that the only reason why Disney is idiotic?
No.
You know,
they have numerous
it's like
reasons.
Disney is proving to shoot themselves in the foot every opportunity that they get.
Every opportunity possible.
Back to play it one final time, it would be a personal story of redemption. Bob Iger, you should be fighting to do that. Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So if you guys have been here since the beginning, then you obviously remember the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
And on my side of the bed, was human fecal matter.
Even if you have not been watching,
I like how he did that. He tried to be as cool, calm, and whatever.
There's some channel that puts together these courtroom clips as a comedy, which they already were, but they kind of edit it in a funny way. And I didn't watch the trial when it went down, but
We've watched a lot of those clips on YouTube, though, with the kid.
Panel since the beginning. I'm sure you know about that. It was literally everywhere for months of 2022. 2022, 2021, 2022. I don't even know.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it was that old. It felt like it was last year. 23. She's saying 21, 22.
I think maybe that's when the trial went on, and then all the videos that we see came out afterwards.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't watch the trial.
We didn't watch the trial, but I didn't think it was that far back either, though.
It's 2024 now. I was so confused. Guys, I'm losing my mind. Anyway, for weeks, it was our bread and butter as that trial went on. There was so much there that was hysterical, and the court antics were absolutely outlandish. Everybody remembers Amber Heard's turd in the bed, that situation. But once you got down into the meat of the court case, it really was an important story about a man's redemption and the serious tragic pitfalls of the Me Too movement. And that really was the all-encompassing message coming out of that trial. And if you're interested in any of those videos, we'll link some of them below if you want to get caught.
Unfortunately, a lot of folks went down in this Me Too movement, and they're never going to get a chance to get back up.
That is true. I mean, it's also unfortunate that the Me Too movement needed to happen, because it did. But it also sucks that a lot of people took advantage of the Me Too movement and used it for gain and not actually being somebody who needed to be part of it, and they used it to hurt people around them. So
hey, that's what this life's all about,
hurting others,
taking advantage of a situation to make the best for yourself and screw everybody else.
Yeah, that does seem to be
as long as you possibly make money or get some sort of internet fame and clout from it.
Even though Johnny Depp won his case against Amber Heard, he was legally proven innocent, he is still blacklisted from Hollywood, and he's been spending his time appearing in and directing in foreign films. And
so, as I said before, even when you win, you lose. Mm-hmm. Even when you win, you lose. I don't know where Russell Brand is right now on his whole situation, but the first inkling of an allegation, he was
dropped.
Cut. He was cut. There's no longer, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But
you're guilty until proven, even after proven innocent, a lot of times in people's eyes.
You're guilty until proven innocent, and hopefully you got some sort of backup plan because you're done. You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Now, maybe Johnny Depp, he could jump on a social media platform. He could jump on,
Well, Johnny Depp's not done. Johnny Depp is not done.
No. But he would do really good on Twitter.
He's just done with Disney.
He would jump on X. Him and Elon could do stuff together because they both want to go tell Bob Iger to go F himself.
And now, Disney might even be replacing him in Pirates of the Caribbean. I have never actually known whether it's Caribbean or Caribbean for this specific project, but I've always
It's like your song,
Which one?
Caribbean Queen.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
But he's not even saying Caribbean or Caribbean. He's
Yeah.
just saying randomness.
said Caribbean, so we're going with that today. But anyway, they might replace him in Pirates of the Caribbean, and fans are threatening to boycott, rightfully so.
I don't know about boycott. I don't rush to watch Disney movies, or at least not that I know of, because apparently there's movies out here that are Disney's that I didn't know were Disney movies. But I have a problem no matter who it is or what it is when you replace someone or try to remake something different than what it should be. For instance, I think The Little Mermaid should have just been a different mermaid movie.
Yeah, I agree.
It just should have been a different mermaid movie. Like, you didn't have to make such a like the whole movie. There were so many things in that movie that actually were more controversial than Ariel
Very true.
that no one talked about before it came out. Yeah, I just, I don't think you should. So like you have a gripe apparently with Twisters coming out.
I think it's absolutely stupid that they have taken the original movie with Helen Hunt and I think it's Bill Paxton or Bill Pullman. I can never remember which one it is. And they've remade it completely. Now, I like the people that are in it. Don't get me wrong, but they've remade it completely and just called it Twisters instead of Twister. Why didn't they just make a whole new freaking movie? If you're going to change the name, why are you using the exact same storyline?
Before we dive into this story, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or Friday live stream.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah, that part.
Minus the Friday live stream.
Yeah,
Maybe
minus that.
check us out on Monday.
All right, so first saw that Johnny Depp was trending last week, but I was not sure why. I just saw his name pop up on that little bar. But then I started seeing articles with this headline. Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Is Ayo Edebiri replacing Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow?
Now, I'm glad that I now know who she is after having watched Saturday Night Live. Because if I didn't, a lot of this wouldn't make sense.
But she's a really good actress and she's actually really funny.
She's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have her personality and her way of acting to not replace Jack Sparrow, but to be a different character because she could have been in a movie with Johnny Depp and it would have meshed well.
You think people in Hollywood, they get offered opportunities and they say no? They say, I would never do that. For instance, I'm friends with Johnny Depp, or this is a terrible way to make a movie, or whatever it is. You think people in Hollywood, you think that what we end up with as far as a cast is because so many people turned it down because it was wrong?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I can't remember what movie it was that Julia Roberts turned down, and she's like, man, I should have done it. I don't remember what movie it was. There have been plenty of them where people have turned down roles, and then that movie went and did great things, but it's like, maybe it wouldn't have done great things with you in that role. Maybe it did so well because of who ended up in the role, you know?
Oh, yeah, you never know what could have been. What, and then it's like, as I was telling the kid the other day, you just never know. From the time you have the concept and the idea of a movie to the time you get the funding, the cast, recording, and then release it, which we're actually seeing this backfire on Disney right now with
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Seven Dwarfs. And if that movie was done last year or year before last, it would have came out.
Yeah.
But it got done
Too late.
It got done too late. Disney and the Disney franchise movie cult is too woke. So now they got to redo the movie. And I kid you not, when that movie's done and ready to be released, the world's going to turn a 180 and they're going to basically release the movie that they created the first time. Because the world's not going to want what they redid.
I agree.
But there's a difference, I think, between Disney movie woke cult and just pure Disney fan, Disney World, Disneyland fan. I think they're a little different, right?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Between Disney World and Disneyland, yeah, there's a difference.
No. Between the movies and the theme parks. Because let's just say Gen Z Disney movie fans want the wokeness.
That's true. Well, they're changing the parks also. I mean,
I know they're changing the parks. But it seems different to me.
Well, so it is in a sense, but it's not because the parks
It's like the
are
parks.
for our age and older,
The parks
technically.
still have so much nostalgia to them, whereas the movies don't. It's like, okay, you go to the park, it's kind of the park you remember, right?
Yeah.
They can't redo the park like over like night, but they can redo movies and release new movies of movies that you remember, and you're like, this is not what I remember.
True. That's not what you remember or I remember. But when our kid watches it,
That's all she'll ever know.
that's all she'll ever know. So that's what I'm saying. So like the parks and the movies are different technically. It's nostalgia for us, but it's new for them. Kids, young kids now, they go to the parks and they're like, what is this? And they don't understand, the twirling cups and it's a small world and these kind of things. They're like, what is happening here? Like, what is this? Because what they know are the things that are out now, the things that have come out in the last couple of years, which is why these parks are having to make these changes. So Walt Disney World here in Orlando, it doesn't get as many people as it should, I think, because they haven't updated the way that Disneyland
Well.
did with Star Wars and everything and cars and stuff like that. But now you have in Orlando, Universal Studios has built an entire new theme park that opens in 2025 that they kept somehow on the hush because this thing is massive and I had no clue about it. It's opening in 2025. So you may see that Universal is what takes over Disney because
Well, the thing about Disney is Disney's core audience is about to age out.
yeah, that's the problem.
Disney's core audience is about to age out.
Yeah.
And much like we see the change in the workforce, boomers are aging out, retiring. And so when they age out, that park is going to be irrelevant.
Well, here's the thing. That's why now, if you go to Disney Plus, they have Deadpool on there. They have other movies like that have to have, parental approval for a certain age and up because of what it is. The parks are going to have
The park is going to age out, be irrelevant, and then have this weird period of limbo where they wait for us to not go and the new crowd to go.
yeah.
If they even want to go and or could afford to go.
Well, they have to find a way to stay 50-50. They have to have something that the parents are willing to go see, but also stuff that the kids want. So they're going to have to continuously change everything.
Yeah, but some of these like millennial parents are so out there that they don't want their kids to see anything. Or they don't want to parent them at all. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
true.
strange.
That
Like,
is true.
the core values behind how a park like that was even created don't exist anymore.
No, I agree.
But I wanted to at least break it down and explain because you're a Disney fan.
Mm-hmm.
You have Disney tattoos. We're not going to get into the whole tattoo discussion and conversation here, but it's like you don't have woke tattoos.
No, I have my childhood tattooed on me, basically. I have the things that made me happy, made me feel good, that were things that were like my little getaways, if you will. I don't know what to call it, but those are the things I have tattooed. Things that give me good, fond memories.
Like, you've got to be kidding me. You cannot replace Jack Sparrow. The entire series is built around Jack Sparrow. Like, Johnny Depp built that character in that franchise. It would literally be nothing without him. It is his.
I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen on YouTube. I've seen it happen on YouTube, and channels that I didn't know weren't owned by the face, and they replace the face, and then the channel dies.
Is that like Prager? You got rid of Amala, and
Oh, she wasn't the face.
No.
She wasn't the face. She had her own channel under PragerU.
That's true.
But there's some others out there that you knew the face as the channel, and then they let them go, and these people show up who actually own the channel and ran it from behind the scenes, and they're like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, true.
His most iconic role. And Cucked Disney allegedly wants to replace him, even after he was proven completely innocent. So
Yeah, they want to replace him even after he was proven innocent.
Here's the thing. They want to replace him because they have to, because he won't go back.
They want to replace him because they have to, because they threw him under the bus immediately from the start.
But
that's why he doesn't want to go back.
But they're hoping that there's still money to be had in Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
I'm sure there's money to be had, but I don't think they're going to be profitable.
Oh, I don't think so
it's
either.
going to be worth it. Like, I'm really curious as to what Disney's numbers look like because as of late, like ever since the pandemic and they released Mulan, like I feel like everything's been a bomb. I feel like everything's been a bomb and people aren't paying what they normally would in the box
Yeah.
offices through these streaming apps. And I'm not even like super excited to go to movies anymore. You're like, a movie came out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then eventually you're like, not even eventually, like 3 weeks later, you're like, it's on Amazon.
Netflix or
It's on
Amazon,
like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll watch it there instead.
Somebody commented and said, I can't wait to see Disney bankrupt. Well, they're already going down that path, as we all know. Somebody else said, nobody will watch this without Depp. When are they going to learn?
Oh, but people will watch it.
They will, just so they can rake it over the coals later, just so they can, talk crap. I mean,
No, they won't. There's some people that just like watching movies. And
That's true. I didn't want to see the new
movie's
Mermaid.
a good movie.
I didn't want to see the new Little Mermaid, but I went because a kid wanted to see it. She liked the new one. I like the old one, which is a cartoon, so whatever. But we did go see the Lion King, the live action-ish Lion King CGI. We went and saw Beauty and the Beast when they redid it. I've seen Cinderella. So some of them I
Was
actually
Willy Wonka
like.
Disney?
Yeah. No.
I like that one.
Yeah. I don't think Willy Wonka is Disney because I've never seen it on Disney.
That Little Mermaid one, though, I would never want to watch it again.
Me either.
I thought that they really were learning because Bob Iger made that whole statement about how Disney had strayed from their values of, focusing on entertainment. They'd gotten too political. We got to get back on track. If this is actually happening, Bob, you need to rein it in because
Yeah.
it's not just that they are replacing Depp. It's how they're doing it and who they are doing it with. I mean, can you imagine the pressure and the challenge to try to find an actor who could come after Johnny Depp? It is literally impossible. Speaking of challenges.
So Warner has Wonka. They got it in 2016. It's not Disney, but because I Googled it and it said Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a non-Disney movie that out-Disneys Disney.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? It
really
feels like
did.
what a Disney movie should feel like.
Yeah, right?
It feels like what a Disney movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I liked Wonka, the new one.
I like the fact,
And
I
I-
like how unique it was, and it wasn't just like, here we go again.
Yeah, I like Timothée Chalamet in it. And I'm interested to see the next one that comes out.
Honestly, the one with Johnny Depp kind of weirded me out. I just never really.
Oh, that one weirded me out, but I still liked it, but it was also super cringy. Like, he did a very good job of being very awkward. He did way too good.
The challenge of following up Johnny Depp.
I guess that would actually be funny when Warner continues that story, which they should, and he makes a cameo appearance. Or did Warner do anything to Johnny Depp?
Not that I know of.
That'd be a huge slap in Disney's face.
You're right. But I mean, you got to think about it. Johnny Depp has done so many amazing characters. Edward Scissorhands. And I liked him on 21 Jump Street. That was his TV show, though. But I liked him on there. And then my brain just completely gave out on all his fun movies.
No, mine did too. I can picture him in a sophisticated role wearing glasses.
One of my favorite of his is Crybaby, which nobody I'm sure has seen, but I absolutely love Crybaby.
Never seen it.
Oh, the one with him in glasses. That's the one where it's like a drama kind of movie. And then there's the one where he's like with Helena Bonham Carter, and they're like something in like the 1800 British or something. I don't remember what it is though.
So on IMDb, it lists him as actor, and I think it just tops out at 99. So he's probably got over 100 appearances.
Oh yeah,
And you forgot Alice in Wonderland.
that's the one I was thinking of. Mad Hatter.
But a lot of these I've never heard of. I guess these are 2021 and newer. So these must be the international films that he's doing.
Name some older ones.
I'm trying to get to it. Fantastic Beasts. I've never seen it.
I
but
did
I've
not
heard
know he
of
was
it.
in that.
Sherlock. Oh, that's Sherlock Gnomes. Never mind. Murder on the Orient Express. He was on that.
He was.
A completely different role.
Yep.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Obviously.
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yep. Mad Hatter.
Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie.
Did not know that.
Black Mass.
Don't know that one.
Mordecai.
I was thinking of that one, but I haven't seen it.
Into the Woods.
I love that movie. Keep going.
Transcendence.
Don't know that one.
The Lone Ranger.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot he played the Lone Ranger.
21 Jump Street, the movie.
Yeah, okay.
You said TV show.
He was in the TV show,
Okay.
but he was in the movie. He did a guest cameo with Channing Tatum and Elijah. No, what's his name? Jonah Hill.
Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he had a part in there.
Let's see here. Rango,
Oh yeah, the little lizard movie.
The Tourist,
That might be one of the ones you're thinking of.
Alice in Wonderland.
Again,
Let's see here. Sweeney Todd.
that's the one I was thinking of with him and Helena Bonham Carter, who she's in so many good movies. Also, she's definitely an out there character kind of person.
Corpse Bride.
Yes.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's the Wonka.
Finding Neverland.
Yes.
Happily Ever After. I guess that was a very small cameo in that one.
Must have been.
Secret Window.
That's the one with glasses.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh, that one's good.
From Hell.
Don't know that one.
Blow.
Oh yeah, the drug one. You're right.
Sleepy Hollow.
Oh yes, also good.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. How'd you forget that one?
Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco.
Let's see here. Don Juan DeMarco.
My favorite song in the history of songs is "Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman" by Bryan Adams and the Don Juan DeMarco soundtrack. It is the best song ever.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Also good, where Leonardo DiCaprio was mentally challenged.
Edward Scissorhands,
Best one.
1990. Let's see here. Crybaby. Sounds
That's the one I was
familiar.
saying. It's so good.
Platoon. I didn't know he was in Platoon.
Me either.
Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984.
Oh yeah, he was in
God, dog.
Yeah.
This joker been getting it.
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's Freddy Krueger with the yeah. That's what. And then ironically he played Edward Scissorhands after that.
I had no idea who this actor was. I expected some man, quickly did a little Google search. No, it is a black woman. Here she is, Ayo Edebiri. Of course, obviously, because Disney loves a good old race swap. That's not news at all. So the story here is that Disney is wanting to move forward with the Pirates of the Caribbean 6, but not with Jack Sparrow.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
So they will be featuring a new pirate named Anne Bonny, who is a 17th century Irish pirate, a female Irish pirate.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Let's look up some pictures of her here. She's very famous. Oh, what a perfect cat.
She's AI. The picture she pulls up is AI.
I mean, just look at these photos. It really is just the spitting image. But also, like, who's surprised? This is what Hollywood does. They race swap in the name of progressive inclusivity and representation rather than...
They race swap. And when I heard this the first time, it made me think of another comment section Brett Cooper video I watched, which was why Henry Cavill avoids spicy scenes.
Spicy what?
Movie scenes.
Okay.
He says the movie sex scenes and statistically TV sex scenes, all the sex scenes are overdone. They're unnecessary and they're overdone.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
When she said the race swap, I feel like it's overdone. I feel like it's overdone by empowering a, demographic, typically black female in a role that isn't a black female, instead of just writing a script in a movie for a black female, by then snubbing who should be in the role. That logically makes sense based on the role.
Yeah.
Based on history.
Yeah.
It's not that you created a brand new movie and hired and casted a black cast. Okay, cool. Do that. But don't take the movie and don't make The Great Gatsby all black.
Well, it's like taking the color purple and everybody's white.
Exactly. That was going to be my next example. But white people don't get that privilege. They don't get that privilege to play black roles because inherently white people are forever indebted to black people because of slavery. Unless it's an Asian role and then Scarlett Johansson can play.
I was about to say, then Scarlett Johansson gets it.
than actually creating rich new stories that feature characters from diverse backgrounds, which is what they should be doing and what audiences would actually enjoy seeing. It is what audiences have been asking for years. But this race swapping that they do constantly, again, not even news at this point, it's lazy, it's not genuine, and it's not the win that
It's lazy. Not only did they take laziness to a new level by remaking movies instead of making new movies, but they said, let's just change the characters to the opposite of what they were.
Yeah. That all-inclusive, that DEI of Disney.
But I mean, it's like, what if we swapped everything? What if Godzilla was not
parrot.
a giant lizard, but
He
he
was
was
just a parrot.
a majestic horse? You know, it's like, this wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Like, where does it stop? Where does it end?
Well, you know, as different protected groups, you know, fight for their voice, maybe we'll see certain characters in movies swapped with furries.
If they try to remake the Neverending Story and they put a furry in as Valkyrie, I'm going to be so mad. Or Valcor. I'd be so mad.
anti-racists think it is. Somebody commented and said, Anne Bonny was a fabulous Irish woman, a historical figure that many Irish love. It would be wrong to cast a non-Irish woman in this role. Well, yet another go woke, go broke film. Many will boycott it just for this wrong casting. Another
Can you look it up on your phone?
What do you want me to look up?
Did Lightyear go broke? They say go woke, go broke. Did Lightyear go broke?
You mean the Buzz Lightyear movie?
I mean Lightyear. Like, yeah, but it's called Lightyear, I think.
Well, Lightyear is a thing. Are you talking about the Disney movie?
Yeah.
Oh, the Lightyear the thing. Not the Disney movie.
The movie.
Well, Lightyear is a thing, so I need to be more. I can't just say, did Lightyear go broke? Did Disney's Lightyear? Because go broke isn't a thing. Did Disney's Lightyear lose money? Lightyear lose money. All right. So the film underperformed at the box office, grossing $226.4 million worldwide against a $200 million production budget, and losing the studio an estimated $106 million.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, Google search this.
Okay.
Biggest woke Disney movies that went broke.
You I don't know if it'll come up that way. Biggest woke Disney movies that lost money. You can't say that went broke.
Yeah, do that. Lost money. That's what I said.
All right. So the 12 biggest box office bombs in Disney history. No, that's not gonna work.
No, that would work. We'll go with the 12 biggest.
Okay. This is in history though, so it's not just broke. This is
Well, we just want to see
number 12. Number 12, The Black Cauldron. It was in 1985.
Let's get up to like 2020.
That's what I was trying to say. So hold on, because it goes. This is 1999. I have to scroll through this whole thing, so it's going to take a minute. Treasure Planet, 2002. Around the World in 80 Days, 2004. The Alamo. I could have told you that was going to suck. Christmas Carol, 2009. That one I knew. I didn't even want to watch it, and I like Christmas movies. Mars Needs Moms. Don't even know what that is. John Carter, 2012. That one tanked. The Lone Ranger, which is the Johnny Depp one, because he played a Indian and he's white. So that one didn't work out too well. Let's see. What's the next one? Tomorrowland in 2015. We watched that one. It was really weird. Strange World 2022. That one bombed. And Haunted Mansion 2023. They had a $150 million budget and worldwide box office only $117.5 million. That's the one with Eddie Murphy. Right? Haunted
He
Mansion
was in the
Eddie
first
Murphy?
Haunted Mansion, wasn't it? You talking about the new one with the it's a different family.
Is that the Wayans?
Yeah. I got this article here. It says woke Disney loses $900 million in recent box office flops as liberal agenda being pushed in movies like Lightyear and The Little Mermaid turn off moviegoers.
She said Danny DeVito, isn't it? Oh yeah, it had Rosario Dawson and Jamie Lee Curtis and some other people.
I don't know if there's a list on here. It would be nice if there was a list.
So there's an article from 2023 in July that says Megyn Kelly twists knife and woke Disney after it lost $900 million on box office flops.
Yeah, I just wish there was like a quick and concise list.
Lightyear, The Little Mermaid, and Elemental together. Okay, it says here it cost them nearly $1 billion at the box office due to flops such as Lightyear, The Little Mermaid, and Elemental. And
$1 billion.
yeah,
My dog.
she said on its last 8 feature films, they have lost $900 million.
And I feel bad when we record a video, we upload it doesn't get a lot of views.
Well, I mean, they according to this, Disney landed in the middle of the nation's culture wars by introducing gay, lesbian, transgender, non-binary, and other minority characters into its animated series and films.
Hey, hang on. They didn't introduce them. They forced them in. They didn't introduce them. They forced them in.
Yeah. Oh, and then they put Minnie Mouse in a blue pantsuit instead of her traditional pink. Yeah, that's where I'm like, the red and white polka dot dress, they put her in a blue pantsuit.
Disney really has a low opinion of black people. They constantly cast them to play roles of white historical figures, and the only black nation they decided to make a movie about didn't actually exist. I called it the Wakanda policy.
Can you imagine if Disney went and pushed the envelope like way too far? Can you imagine if Disney were to make a movie about slavery, but cast a black slave master?
And a white slave? Are we going
No,
backwards?
no,
I mean, there
know.
were black slave masters, so.
I know, but like replacing one that historically was one and
Yeah.
making him black.
That wouldn't work out well. That would not go over well.
It's so bad. And if you don't see how that's hypocritical and actually kind of offensive, I don't know a better way to explain it to you. Now, of course, all of this is alleged right now, but it is so on brand for Disney that I would not be surprised if this exact situation unfolded.
Wait, hang on. But we're screwed here, okay? Because Apple and AI have already changed history with the Super Bowl halftime show.
Very true.
So when are we going to get to the point where all the racist stories and events and books that had happened in the past get remade with an all-black cast?
Well, I mean,
So that eventually white on black, hate crimes never happened.
well, what's interesting is a lot of books that have been banned that have to do with racism or anything, they were banned by white people, I guess, because they felt bad about it. Like To Kill a Mockingbird is no longer allowed to be read. Why? I have no idea.
If you can erase it from history,
Yeah.
and you wait 3-4 generations,
Yeah.
it never happened.
It never happened.
It never happened.
That's the whole thing.
And the whole thing is just aggravating purely from a business perspective because Disney would be idiotic not to bring back Johnny Depp. Like, even if they truly believed that the Jack Sparrow storyline was complete, it was time for a spinoff, it's time for Anne Bonny, whatever her name is, they should do something to bring back Johnny Depp. Like, the money that would make would be insane. The fans would be thrilled. Everyone who rallied behind him during this court case would be thrilled. The feminists would hate watch the movie, which would only make Disney more money. Like, come on, it would be a slam dunk.
Did you see the one with Candace Owens ripping into the Tarlov lady?
No, I heard that there was a thing, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
You gotta watch that one.
And not only would he just be coming back to play it
Jessica
one final
Tarlov.
time, it would be a personal story of redemption. Bob Iger, you should be fighting to do that. Somebody commented and said, does Disney hate money? At this rate, I think they might. Also, not to mention, the executive producer of all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Jerry Bruckheimer, is a good friend of Johnny Depp's, and he has repeatedly said over the years that he would love to bring him back. This was from 2022. Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer would love to have Johnny Depp return to the film series. 2022, this was before he was proven innocent. This was when he was in the throes of being canceled, was outcast from Hollywood. Amber Heard was dominating the narrative. So obviously, Jerry Bruckheimer went out on a limb for Johnny, and I'm sure Disney did not appreciate it because we all know how they have treated him. And speaking of that, I also wonder if Johnny Depp would even want to return to Disney to do another movie, because in the past he said he was interested, but after the way that he's been treated over the past few years, I wouldn't be surprised if he said screw you, even if the offer came up, which is...
I mean, you beat a dog enough, he ain't gonna want to come home.
Well, I mean, he did say it in an interview, or during all the trials. Somebody asked him about Pirates of the Caribbean. He said they could never pay me enough to make another Disney movie.
They could try.
They could try, but he doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't need it, but he's probably right. They couldn't because of how much money they keep losing on all these other movies.
That part too.
Good for him and stick it to them, but also unfortunate for the fans. In the very least, though, if all of this is actually true, I hope that Disney does this Anne Bonny story right and actually casts an Irish woman to play a very iconic Irish role that Irish people love and want to see. The idea of a movie about one of the only famous real-life female pirates sounds amazing to me. I would love to watch that. It sounds so fun, but they should do it right. And they shouldn't throw it away and make it some replacement for Johnny Depp, because we all know it's impossible to replace Johnny Depp.
You forgot one very important thing, mate.
That's like making the next
Captain
movie Erica
Jack's
Scissorhands
No,
instead of Edward Scissorhands.
I was actually thinking it would be as bad as remaking Gone in 60 Seconds and replacing
Electric cars.
Eleanor with a Mustang Mach-E.
Just burn all of it. No.